What's up, people? Welcome back to Bloodborne. I am, as always, Old Spy, and we got a couple things we're going to do here before we head on to the next area. First thing, let's see if we can... Nothing to store away. Let's go ahead and... oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the red jewel. So we picked this up. It says gain a droplet blood gem. So we use it, smash it, and we get the blood gem, which we can now use because we picked up the tool after defeating the second boss. So now we can do blood gem fortification, which I will get to in just a second. Let's go ahead and use our cold blood items. Let us fortify our saw cleaver. We're going to leave the saw spear where it is for right now. And now we can go ahead and plug in the blood gem that we got. So we only have one. You can see that it will boost our physical attack plus 2.7%, which gives us a plus 6. And then it will also boost our rally potential, which is where we get life regen from continued attacks after taking damage. So it's going to improve that potential as well. We'll go ahead and throw that on there. And as I mentioned before, while early on we're going to be leveling our vitality and our endurance, this workshop bench here is going to be the way that we increase our damage. So that's how we, improve our damage while improving our survivability and not having to spend blood echoes leveling up all over the place. So we're going to stay pretty focused. If we come over to the insight bath, let's go ahead and use our knowledge. Gain 1 extra. Don't think we really have to, but we can now take a look at the shop here. We got the pungent blood cocktails, which can be useful coming up. Small resonant bell, which allows you to go help other people online. But what we're here for is we can buy Gascoigne's gear, which is going to be very useful. So we'll pick all those up. We still got 4 insight left. Go ahead and throw that on. And once we get it on here, check it out. Pretty cool. But what we're interested here is the next area is going to have poison enemies that can poison us. So we had 17 slow poison resistance. With Gascoigne we go up to 52. So that's what we're interested in. That's going to help us out. Let's go ahead and level up.
What is it? Very well. Let me.
We're going to continue our march towards 20 and 20. So after this upgrade, you can see we're at 719 HP and 102 stamina. Pretty good.
Farewell, good.
Now, if you want, we have upgraded this, so we have access to all of these items now. There's that emblem that we're not going to buy for 10 grand. Got some other items here. The Kirk hammer. You can now buy the threaded cane. We may pick up the hunter axe a little bit later just to mess around with. You got the repeating pistol. And you've got the Yharnam set, which is pretty cool. That's been there. We are going to get that in a little bit here. So what I would recommend is if you have some extra blood echoes to just pick up as many blood vials as you can just to keep stocking them up. So we have 17 in our storage, which is okay. If you want to buy some Quicksilver bullets, you can as well, but those are generally easier to acquire. Alright, let us continue on. So we're going to go to the Cathedral Ward. Alright, so from here we have, actually at this point you have 3 ways that you can move. This way is not an option right now, it's blocked off. And out front here actually leads to a dead end, so we're not going to worry about that just yet. We're going to head out this way. Take care of these guys. And right out here, honestly, I know it's a little bit later in the game, in terms of trying to figure out the skill, but this is a good place to practice your interrupts. Got a couple items. When you grab this item, do be very careful. Grab it and get out of there, because there's some funny stuff going on over there. You don't want to get caught in that. Now, heading this way is going to be very, 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 very valuable. So you can already see bloodstone shards. Go ahead and extend our weapon. Make sure you don't get greedy with these guys, because they can hurt you pretty bad, obviously. So you can see this is, and the reason we're going here, the upgrades, we're going to get a massive amount of bloodstone shards just for this little short area that we're about to do. This is the gate that requires that emblem, but we're going to be able to get around that gate without having to spend 10,000 blood echoes. When you come down here, we got this guy out in front. The tendency is to want to go get the backstab out there and get the visceral. But we're not going to do that because this guy's going to slide in. So we want to deal with him first. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. We'll just take him out that way. Got the binocular. Put that on our personal effects. Now when you put it here, and it's make sure if you're going to use it from this point in your personal effects rather than your quick items, that you use it when there's nothing around you. So don't try to take a look at something from here, because what you have to do, so you can see, you can't get rid of it. No matter, you know, I'm trying to do all kinds of stuff. What you have to do is you have to go back in and hit X. So if you're using it from here instead of from here, just be aware that you need to use it from the menu to get rid of it. So don't try to like walk around with it and run into enemies, because you'll have a bad time. More bloodstone shards. And now we got this big guy in front of us, but there's something on the other side that we want to get to first. That is the Wandering Madness. So we get 3 bloodstone shards from killing that. It's kind of like your crystal lizards, if you're familiar with from the Soul series. Keep in mind, this guy hits really hard, so do be careful. Really, the closer you are to him, the better. Visceral attack from his head. And he's down. Blood vials. More bloodstone shards. Continue on down this way. And we get another blood gemstone, which will be useful because we're about to upgrade and get another slot on our saw cleaver. So that's a really useful quick run. It can be kind of dangerous, but if you get through it, it's well worth it. So now that we got that out of the way, we can continue on. You can see this dude's still going crazy over here. So this is the way to continue. Coming down here. Probably want to deal with that dog first. Got a couple items over here. Cold blood. More Molotovs. Come in here. See our item. Watch out for Sneaky Pete over here. Advanced knowledge. Come after this guy. Watch out, because we got 2 dogs coming down. I like to fight them off to the side here so that we're not getting shot. Run up. I always try to run at an angle. Get your quicksilver bullets. Alright. So that's the way to continue on. We're going to run straight through here. And we've got an NPC. Now I'm going to talk to this NPC for a very specific reason. You go ahead and deal with him however you would like to. We're going to cooperate because we want those fire paper.
Beast hunting.
Alright. So you can continue to talk to him if you'd like and go through all of that. But as I mentioned before, we came for the fire paper, which is how we will apply fire to our weapon, which is going to be very useful. Very useful. Head over here, hit the switch. Just going to slide the sarcophagus. Advanced knowledge, and heading down. Another gemstone. Be Careful in here. So we've got a beast. These guys do attack pretty slowly. And they stagger really easy, which is nice. And they're going to drop a shard for us. Antidotes, very important as well. Pay attention to the items that the game is giving you, because this game does a great job of prepping you for what's to come. Like, the items that they're giving you in these areas are very deliberate. Let's see. Alright, let's go ahead and hit the lamp here and return to the dream. Use our cold blood. Let's go ahead and fortify our cleaver. Alright, so now we've gone to the next tier of upgrades. So now we need twin bloodstone shards, which we don't have any. So at this point, what you can do is you can upgrade your pistol or begin upgrading your saw spear. We're not going to be using the saw spear for right now, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and upgrade my pistol to a +2, which is just going to give us a little more damage. We're not doing a blood attack build, so it's not that big of a deal, but you know, any little damage that we can get here and there. What I'll probably do is, in the end, I'll probably take the pistol up to just +3 and leave it there. So let's always check your blood gems when you pick them up. And I like to just take everything off. So always pick the easiest way, if you don't want to look at anything, the percentages, and deal with any of that. Just look at the numbers in the center here. And when it's blue, you want to get the highest one. So there we got a +7. So we can throw that on there. Go over to the next slot. You got either one of them's +8. But if you look, this one gives us a little more attack, not enough to bump us up in numbers wise, but it gives us a passive HP regen. Very small, but still better than nothing. So we'll go ahead and put that one on there. Alright.
What? Very well.
Always see if we can. Oh, so always get a level when you can.
Farewell, good.
Quick pit stop. Let's go ahead and head back, and now we're going down to Old Yharnam. Alright. This town is long abandoned. Hunters not wanted here. Too bad. We're coming anyways. Come out. That's the way to progress, but we're going to come this direction because we got this guy right here. So ideally we want to keep him on this level. We don't want him to run down there. 3 more bloodstone shards, because then when you come over here, get another one. If you drop down, you just have to do this all over again. It's kind of a hassle, but no big deal. Now, what we're going to do for this area is we're going to run with our torch out. We drop down here because these beasts will be afraid of fire. However, these guys have their eyes covered, so they're not going to really flinch at the torch. These are the beasts that can and will poison you, so you do have to be careful of that. Come over here. There's our hunter's torch. Now we already have a torch, but if we take a look here, descaling with arcane for the regular torch, and the hunter's torch will scale B scaling and give us more fire damage. So we're going to go ahead and equip the hunter's torch, and now we are set. Drop down here. This will be a shortcut that will open up later. Got our cold blood.
You there? Hunter! Didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. Old Yharnam, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts. They are of no harm to those above. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
Alright, so we get a little bit of warning about this area, that we're definitely not welcome here. We're going to reinforce that. And we're going to see what the consequences are for us to continue in here. But right now, these guys will typically be aggressive right away, but if you have your torch out, see, they'll start to cower at the fire. And you can take advantage of that. So typically they come out aggressive, and then they'll realize, uh-oh. And then you can take them out. These guys with their eyes covered are never going to back down from your torch. Just go ahead and go in at them. Be aggressive. More bloodstone shards. Okay, so from right here, if we take a look, that is the guy that was talking to us, warning us not to continue. So if we do continue, he's going to start shooting at us with that Gatling gun that's in front of him. Now there's a few ways you can go about attacking this. I'm going to take the long and cautious route. So we're going to go this way. You can come.
Skilled hunter, adept, merciless.
Take these guys out first. You see that poison meter start to build, but that's why we have this set on. And why we're going to equip our antidotes. So let's go ahead and put those on there. Alright, so from here, if you walk out, he's going to start firing. So we're going to just shoot right around here to the right.
Which is why I must stop here.
And make sure you get in here quickly. Watch out for this guy. Alright, so be careful out here because you can shoot straight down the middle. So what I would recommend is luring these guys up here. Then run out. So you get a look at his... Oof. Careful of that. So that's what he does. He shoots down. And it can do some serious damage And it can also just be downright annoying. So I'm gonna stay this way, try to stay safe. Take these guys out. Also, I don't think I've demonstrated, but with your torch equipped and out, you can attack with it. Blood tinged gemstone, which we're going to equip on our pistol. Now, again, I would recommend kind of luring these guys into the safety of the building. And there's quite a few of them hidden out here in the smoke, so. If we move back here. So if you're faced with a group, always take the ones with their eyes covered. Take them out first. They're going to give you the most problems. Alright, so there's an item over there. We're going to run and grab that really quickly. Just keep rolling back to where we were. These guys will come on up here. Oh! I forgot he can hit you in that corner. Now, you look over there, you got a hunter wandering around. We can take him out. We're actually going to come back for him. So what we want to do is there's two ways to go here. We're going to go ahead and climb up this ladder. And this ladder, this is also the way to get to the hunter that is shooting at you. He is up that ladder right there, and we're going to do that much later. So we're not going to mess with him right now. We're safe. We really don't need to worry about him. We're going to continue on here. Come out this way. Drop down. Did I drop down too far? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, well there's an item back there. We'll come back for it. Alright, make sure you have your antidote handy. And make sure you take this part really, really slow. Nice and cautious here. Because this place is a mess. You see they're hooking us up with the antidote. Alright, so there is going to be a flood of these enemies coming up from downstairs. So the best way to do this is to bring them in here. Take a look here. So we can get these guys. You just want to take them on one or two at a time, and we're gonna have to watch out. So we got 3 coming at us. Luckily, the little dudes like to run at us faster. I do want to try to get... Jocks that big ass right there. It's also the good thing of having a lot of endurance. You can keep up your attacks on enemies that are easily staggered. You can stun lock them and just swing away until they're dead. So that works out quite nicely. Alright, now that we got this cleared out. I did miss a couple items up there. So what I actually didn't do is I didn't drop down far enough. And we got a couple items way up top, so we might as well just go back and grab those. Looking like this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode, but that's fine. Yeah, so if we come out, I believe it's coming out here. Drop down here, then drop down here. Pick up the cold blood. Drop down. I know I keep bringing this up, but I do feel like in Bloodborne it is important to get as many items as you can. Like I said, the equipment and the items and the consumables are all extremely useful. They can definitely help make the game easier to get through. Alright, so you definitely want to be careful up here. Go ahead and drop down right here. More Molotovs. So right here we see an item over there. We can do a run and jump. Now when you do that, you hold down circle on your controller. We're gonna come out, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you turn, that you let go and double tap the circle button again. But you want to do it early, because if you try to wait to the last minute at the ledge, you're just going to drop down. So we'll try to do this. And I missed. It's fine, actually, because that item up there is just a messenger item. So it's just to decorate your little bath messengers with like hats and stuff like that. That's all that is. So if you want to get that, whoops. You can go ahead and continue to try that. For the sake of time, I'm not gonna. Whoops, wrong button. I'm not gonna mess with it, because it's not important. It's not really gonna help us out, so we're not gonna worry about it. Just gonna smash through these guys. More bloodstone shards. Now, a little side shortcut here. This will be, well, we're going to open up another shortcut in just a second, but this is just in case something bad happens, you end up dying. This will put you out. It'll cut the level in half, so you don't have to come all the way back through that mess back there. You just come down. That's where we climbed up. So I would recommend opening this up just in case. Something bad can always happen. Alright, continuing on here really quickly. Working to wrap up this first part of Old Yharnam. Alright, so we got some guys hiding in the smoke and all of that stuff, but what we're going to do is run through here, chase down the Wandering Madness, kill it as quickly as possible, then turn around and get reset. Try to get in the clear here. Really just kind of try to tank my way through that. Alright, so we are absolutely loaded up on bloodstone shards, so we're going to be able to upgrade the rest of our equipment. Whoops, when you come out here, be careful, because you've got two beasts, and you don't want to aggro both of them. One at a time, they're okay. You can go for a visceral attack, or you can just keep them stun locked. Either way. See the other guys right there. Bloodstone. Alright, so we are almost to the major shortcut. If you bust off to the left here, look up there, you can see him. He's going to try to sneak up on you. Around here you got beast blood pellets, which helps you activate beast mode, which we're honestly for this playthrough not even going to really worry about, but just know that they're there if you want to research that and get into that. Come around here. Got one of the cool jump scare moments. Some more antidotes. Oops. So there's our door for that shortcut that we looked at earlier. But we definitely want to come up and grab those fire paper. And now we've pretty much got the Old Yharnam all opened up. We can access whatever we need very quickly. We're going to go ahead and head back to the dream, reset, upgrade what we can, level up if we can, and get ready for our next boss fight. Alright, so that'll wrap it up for this episode. When we come back, we'll do all we need to do here, and then we will move on to our next boss fight. So I will see you on the next episode.